How's it going, everyone? AZPlow21 back again with another simulation video for a WMMA 5 pay-per-view. Now, the last time that I saw you guys was for a little bit of a different kind of predictions video. We were going to do the Poirier versus Hooker card, and now we're going to be today going over those results and then doing the UFC 251 fight card and doing the simulation for that. So first off, let me go ahead and save what I've got going on here. And so now, of course, this is UFC 251, but we're not going to be talking about that today. We're going to be going over the Poirier versus Hooker card and the results from that first. So now, first off, we had Jordan Griffin defeating Youssef Zalal via unanimous decision, and that was wrong, straight up. We had Kay Hansen defeating Jinyu Frey via submission. That one, we had it the other way, so that one was also wrong. Tanner Boser defeating Felipe Lins via knockout. That one was also wrong on our end. It had it via unanimous decision. We had Luis Pena beating Kama Worthy via submission in round number 1. That one was wrong. Luis Pena lost due to a submission, so literally the other way around. A little bit of a trend here. All these are kind of a little wrong right now. Takashi Sato versus Jason Witt couldn't happen. Sean Woodson defeating Julian Erosa via unanimous decision. That went the other way. Erosa getting the submission victory, so that one was mostly wrong. Mo Green defeating Gian Vellante via TKO. That one was right, but just a different method. So it was correct, but in the wrong format. We had Brendan Allen defeating Kyle Dawkins via unanimous decision, and that one was completely true. Mike Perry defeating Mickey Gall via knockout in round number 3. That one was right, but in the wrong format. A lot of Mike Perry news going on right now. All right, and then we had Dustin Poirier defeating Dan Hooker via unanimous decision, and that one was true. So if we add it up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wrong, so add that to this. And then we had 1, 2 right but wrong format. And then we had 2 ones that were completely true. All right, so far we are 11 and 16 as far as the guesses for WMMA 5. But now we're going to take a look at UFC 251, USMAN versus MASVIDAL, and we're going to see if WMMA 5 does a little bit of a better job in guessing, what can happen. RBM, how's it going, man? So let's go ahead and take a look. First, we have Davey Grant taking on Martin Day in the bantamweight division. Just go and set that to UFC in the bantamweight division. And so we have Martin Day taking on, what was his name again? Davey Grant. Alrighty. A 4-inch advantage for Martin Day. Let's go ahead and take a look and see how this one would go. And WMMA 5 says that Davey Grant will win in knockout in round number 2. So Davey Grant defeats Martin Day via KO in round 2. Interesting. Alrighty. So next, Carol Rosa versus Vanessa Mello, women's bantamweight. Alrighty. 12 and 3 versus 10 and 7. Carol Rosa, Vanessa Mello, and WMMA 5 thinks that Vanessa Mello is going to win via unanimous decision. All right, Mello getting the win there, apparently. We'll be sure to be on the lookout for that fight. Up next, we have Raulian Paiva taking on Zhalgas Zhumagulov. And I believe that's in the flyweight division. All right, 19-3 taking on 13-3. Paiva from Brazil, Zhumagulov from Kazakhstan. And they have Zhumagulov taking it via unanimous decision. See if the simulation can do a little bit better than it has in recent weeks. It's kind of been going tough for it, you know? Alrighty, up next, we have Marcin Tybura taking on Maxim Grishin in the heavyweight division. Marcin Tybura taking on Maxim Grishin. 6'3", 6'3". It's a big boy, so let's see what happens. They have Marcin Tybura winning via submission in round 1. So first round submission for Tybura is apparently on the cards. As we move on to lightweight, Leonardo Santos versus Roman Bogatov. (10-0) taking on 17-3-1. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one plays out. Leonardo Santos, what has he been up to? Will it not let me see his profile? I guess it won't. And it says Leonardo Santos is going to win via unanimous decision. Leonardo Santos defeats Roman Bogatov via unanimous decision. Alrighty. Next up, we have Makwan Amirkhani versus Danny Henry at featherweight. (12-3) is Danny Henry taking on Amirkhani, who is 15-4. Amirkhani, always an exciting fighter. He just gassed out in his last fight. And it says that Makwan Amirkhani will take the win via submission in round number 3. Alrighty. Round 3 submission apparently for Amirkhani. Up next, Easy Diaz taking on Muslim Salikov in the lightweight, welterweight division. Alrighty. 16-2 is Salikov. Easy Diaz is 22-6, formerly ranked. And they say Easy Diaz will win via unanimous decision. Alrighty, welterweight division victory for Easy Diaz. And now the featured prelim, Volkan Ozdemir taking on Yuri Prohashka. Now this is interesting because Yuri Prohashka has had a lot of success in Ryzen. But he's facing off against Volkan Ozdemir, who's fought for the title. And Last time I watched Prohashka, he looks like he does not like to check leg kicks, so that might be a problem for him. And it'd be interesting to see what they think, will happen. And they say Yuri Prohashka is going to win via TKO in round 1. Wow. I mean, it could happen. Wow. Okay, so round 1 TKO for Yuri Prohashka. And so now we're going to start getting on to the main card fights, starting off with Amanda Ribas versus Paige Van Zant. I think Ribas will win pretty easily, honestly. And that's at flyweight, okay. Versus Paige Van Zant. So 9-1 taking on 8-4. And I'm sure Amanda Ribas will win. And they say Ribas via submission in round 3. All right. First main card fight out of the way. Yeah, I guess he doesn't need to worry about leg kicks if he fights for 30 seconds. Quick fight said Perry beats Till, Conor, Jorge, and Usman. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the most accurate. We can't really assume, But it's just fun to look at and see what they think will happen, or the game thinks will happen. Up next in the strawweight division, Jessica Andrade versus Rose Namajunas. 20-7 taking on 8-4. Thug Rose looking mean as ever. Of course, in the first fight, Andrade dunking Rose on her head. And in this fight, Thug Rose via TKO in round 3. All right. So Ribas and Rose Namajunas getting the wins early on. Now it's time to get to the title fights, huh? So for the Bantamweight Championship of the World, we have Peter Yan and Jose Aldo. Yan versus Aldo for the Bantamweight title. I think the game is going to favor Aldo a little bit more. I honestly do. They're virtually identical, like height and everything else. So, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. They think that Peter Yan will win via TKO in round number 3. Okay, cool. So Yan will apparently be the new Bantamweight champion of the world. Okay. Peter Yan, your new Bantamweight champion, apparently. Co-main event time, Volkanovski versus Holloway for the featherweight title. Volkanovski 22-1, Holloway 21-5 at 145. Defending his title is Volkanovski. Max Holloway. I think the game's going to favor Max Holloway for the featherweight title of the world. Wow. Alexander Volkanovski beats Max Holloway via unanimous decision. Okay. All right. So, apparently, Volkanovski will remain the featherweight champion. As we move on to our main event for the welterweight title of the world. And that is between Jorge Masvidal and Kamaru Usman. (16-1) taking on 35-13. Hoo boy. I'm excited for this main event. I guess Zoom isn't as god as we think. Who are you talking about? Oh, that's right, because Max Holloway was apparently training over Zoom, and which I think is a load of crap, but I mean, take it as you will. But anyways, for the welterweight championship of the world, Jorge Masvidal, Kamaru Usman. WMMA 5 predicts that the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman, will retain his title via rear naked choke in round number 5. Okay, so there you have it. UFC 251 has been predicted. If you want to talk about the card a little bit more, we're probably going to be doing a little discussion on Saturday afternoon, right before the pay-per-view, during one of the streams. So if you want to, be sure to leave a comment down below with your Discord username. I will go ahead and add it, and then we'll see if we can get something going for Saturday. AZPlow21, glad that you guys can join us for this little, bit of a predictions video. Be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitch, on Twitter. We can't, the fight metrics, can we see it? Okay, so apparently Usman got 3 out of 7 takedowns, punches 85 to 55, kicks 2 to 2, ground strikes. Apparently Masvidal was very timid for this whole fight. Three power punches. Interesting. So Usman was just pressurizing, and then got some takedowns. Submissions 1 out of 1, ground passes. Wow. Okay. Usman was basically in control the whole fight. Okay. But anyways, I'm AZPlow21. I'll see you guys for UFC 251. Have a good one.